So this is an interesting thought exercise. What's killing my company, right? Interesting question. And then what can I see and what can I not see? Well, I've kind of broken it down into two columns. One is what I call tangibles, and one is what I call intangibles. And so some tangible things that tell me that you got some serious problems in your business is cash flow, poor cash flow. Well, why is your poor cash flow happening? Is it because you pay too quickly, you collect too slowly, you don't invoice properly, your milestone billing's poor, your billing frequency's poor? There's a lot of reasons. You can have unhappy staff. You can see that, right? But usually that's actually a byproduct of intangibles, right? Unhappy staff. Something's going on. Or it could be you're just treating them poorly. Not enough work causes serious issues. Bad estimates are something that is very visible. You can feel that one right away. Job site errors, so making mistakes on job sites, putting things in the wrong spot, the wrong elevations, poor drainage, all of those things are sort of tangible things that you can see that have gone wrong. And again, unhappy clients is another one. Like how you treat them is really important, how quickly you respond to them, when you respond to them, whether they're chasing you or you're informing them proactively. A lack of order, so poor communication, you can't find things physically, you can't find things in your file tree. Those are all huge tangible things that you can see that are wrong in a business. And poor assets, right? Rusty, beaten down trucks, things that just look dilapidated in your company, that's a big one. Poor pay for your employees. Like, if someone's being underpaid. Most people, understand if someone's being underpaid. That's a threat to your business. Eventually that's going to bite you. And when you lose a great person, it's really difficult to replace them. So low profits, obviously, that's on your profit and loss. You can actually physically see the numbers. That's not very good. And workplace injuries is another one that really hurt businesses. If you measure the incidences of injuries or near misses, that will tell you how safe your company is. We've got talent shortages. We've got capital shortages, so you don't have enough money to operate your business, either to invest in things or to manage your day-to-day cash flow, as I mentioned earlier. And of course, scheduling mistakes. These are all tangible things that you can see and feel, and they really affect your business negatively. And they've got to be cleaned up. Now, this is an effect. The cause oftentimes underlying things that you can't really see. So you might have succession issues, for example, where one generation is handing the torch to the next generation, but they don't do it well, or they don't get out of the way. I've seen a lot of that. Growth moves. You are trying to grow too quickly, and the admin can't keep up with the salespeople. That's a common mistake I see. And then they say, we've got to grow. How about get better first, right? So we've got poor culture. Well, that's something you can feel. It's toxic. No one really wants to be there. No one's slapping each other's back saying, hey, how are you? How's everything going? And then, of course, there's things like inefficiency, right? So why are the jobs not getting done on time? Well, you start work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're in a seasonal business. That's like telling to a farmer, hey, you know what? I don't feel like getting up early. I'm going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. You miss half the day. Those are killers, and you may not be able to see them. So poor leadership's a big one, right? Vacillation, indecision, mixed messages. These are all intangible things that really affect these tangibles. Education. Most of us don't have a proper business education in business, and none of us will spend $10,000 or $15,000 to fix it. I find that remarkable. And learning a little bit every single year is way too slow. Like, you've got to know what you've got to know fast. This is something that I would double down on. It's an intangible education, but it has a huge impact. So we've got marketing. Marketing is another intangible. Like, where does all this, how do people find out about us, right? So that's something that's often neglected, right? Sometimes you don't want to market too much because you can't actually handle the business. So there's a right time and a right place for everything. And you've got terrible sales processes. You don't screen enough people. You don't screen properly. You say yes to the wrong work, no to the right work. That, again, messes up with your schedule, and it hurts morale. Clean financials. Like, we don't know what's going on when we look at your income statement. We really don't know what's going on. What's going on here? How Where are you losing money? Where are you making money? What's the best opportunity? Why is this ratio so high or so low? This is something that is an intangible, but if you get it right, it doesn't have to be an intangible. It can be concrete, and it's something you can build on. And if you're going to grow your business, if you really want to grow your business and you don't get this financial piece right, forget it. The wheels are going to fall off. And of course, there's power struggles. So oftentimes you have owners or partners who have a different vision or different skill sets, and they're battling. And the employees play these leaders off against each other. That's a huge, huge issue in a lot of small businesses, these power struggles, partnerships, marriages, those types of things. And personality traits. Let's face it, we're all different. Some of us are more abrupt, some of us more diplomatic, some of us more patient, some of us more sort of agitated and let's go, go, go. Those things all need to be reconciled. They're intangibles. And if you don't get this stuff right, it's just a toxic workplace. And of course, experience, right? We have people with more or less experience. And a lack of experience is something that is a huge blind spot. Every business really should have a mentor on speed dial, someone to call if they have a question and they're not sure. Because either you're going to have indecision or you're going to have poor decisions. And sometimes you just need validation. So, these intangibles are going to have tangible negative effects if you don't get it right, and they work hand in hand. Ironically, most people aren't willing to pay for that education or that leadership training or that marketing professional that they need, and these are basically business killers. So at KTC, one of the things we do is we go to the root cause of the problems, which is typically the intangibles, right? Let's talk about business education. When we do consulting, we look for what's going wrong, and then we teach the solution in real time. So if your biggest problem is leadership, we'll focus on that. If we identify marketing as the biggest problem, we'll focus on that. And that way we'll get you ahead a lot faster and in a less bumpy way. So experience is something that we leverage, 38 years of it, in business, learning things, and then actually turning them into actual tangible tools that you can use. So it goes back to handling the intangibles and coming up with tangible solutions through process for all of these things. If you'd like to learn more, please feel free to contact me, and you can have a 1-hour free session and we can talk about your business.